Don't get your hopes up.
No, I thought we had a good week of practice. You know, I think everyone's always concerned after a game like Nebraska that it'll be tough to come back and get your team going again. And I think these guys came out this week with a real determination. And it's not enough just to do it through these 3 days. You know, we've got to continue it through tomorrow's practice, through tomorrow night's meetings, really all the way through the game Saturday, you know, against Houston. And I think we will. You know, I think we'll play hard. I think we'll play well. You know, you never know what's going to happen in a football game, but I think they demonstrated a level of maturity that offers hope. So I hope I'm right on that, and I know all Bruin fans do as well, and I know our players do as well. But we still got a lot of work to do for this game. We'll come out tomorrow morning, do a walkthrough, and then head to the hotel tomorrow evening. And Saturday we'll have a couple walkthroughs. It's a real late start. It'll be probably a real late finish with the amount of passing that'll probably be going on in this game. But it'll be a lot of fun to be at the Rose Bowl on Saturday night.
You won't read about it in the LA Times Sunday morning.
You're going to miss your deadline?
Probably,
well,
yeah. I know, it's disheartening.
Yeah.
Hey, you're just working off what you're saying about, you know, as to follow the week. What is it that's tough being a 2-0 team and everybody talking how great you are all of a sudden, and having to tamp that down? What?
Well, you know, I don't know about tamping it down. It's just keeping it in perspective. There's always human nature is that we love to be praised. We hate to be criticized. When people praise us, there's a tendency to let down, and we just have to protect the work we've done, I guess the best way to put it. You know, I mean, these guys have worked tremendously hard through spring. They've worked tremendously hard through fall camp. There was no picnic up at San Bernardino. You know, they've done a lot of work the last 2 weeks to get where they are. And I mean, we just have a responsibility to protect that, you know, and it's hard. It's really hard, but the teams that are good, the teams that are mature, they find a way to do it.
Is that, I mean, it's not just you. Is that almost out of the coaching handbook, page 12?
I think it's not just coaching. I think it's life in general, you know. Complacency is a killer, you know, and I think it's just important to avoid it in your life if possible, and certainly in a competitive environment like this where you're operating in front of people that are going to judge you.
I've never had anything to be complacent about. No.
Well, you know, it's just, we just have to really, you know, we don't talk about it. You know, we don't talk about the negatives. We try to just guide them through it. But they're still young, developing kids, and so there's concerns always.
Well, is it when you start seeing trap games out there as soon as you start having success? Or?
I've never used the word trap game. I just think we're trying to develop a level of consistency, I guess would be, you know, what I'm looking for, regardless of who we're playing, is just to play to our standard rather than being up and down. Play to the level of your competition, and you know, it takes a real level of maturity to do that. And I think we're starting to develop it. You know, I don't think it's going to be easy for us all year, you know, to just stay consistent. It's something that we've got to build and it's got to grow. But I see positive signs.
Again, is this something more of a national thing where you know, the third week is kind of an interesting week because teams that go 3-0, it looks a lot better than 2-1, and teams that are 0-2, they go 0-3, things could unravel quickly. That third week's kind of
it's important. It's so much different than, you know, what I'm used to in the NFL, where you have, first of all, you have 4 preseason games to kind of work out some of the kinks, and then you've got 16 regular season games. And here, every game has such an amazing amount of significance because there's only 12 to get you where you want to go. I don't know about national trends. I haven't paid too much attention to that, but you know, every game has to be the most important game of the season. You have to adopt that type of attitude as a team, and if we can do that, then I think we have a chance to, you know, become consistent.
That being said, Houston, though, is a pretty dangerous 0-2 team, though, right? Especially when
they were an outstanding team last year. When you watch them on film, you see an explosive group of guys that can make plays. I mean, they put 49 up the other night, and that was their first game with that new play caller. So, you know, they'll have that week under their belt. So, you know, when you're 0-2 and you're prideful like they are, you know, 0-3 doesn't look real good. So we're going to absolutely get their best shot, and that's good. That's what we're trying to prepare for.
Have you seen a degree of comfort level with your defense going up against your own offense and pretty similar to Houston's offense in a way?
I think maybe the most important part of that is the tempo. You know, we're used to the tempo. We're going to see similarities in what they do scheme-wise, but they're also going to have some wrinkles. You know, they're going to have their own flavor to it. But just the fact we get to go against our offense that operates at about the same tempo, I think should really help us. But we've still got to execute.
A lot of focus on chance to be on the offense, but on the unsung heroes kind of been Jeff Block, especially in the Nebraska game. Can you just talk about what he's meant to the team?
Yeah, I mean, he's tremendous. You know, he really is. He set up the safety with the punt. You know, we feel like anytime we get into that area inside the 50-yard line that he's very capable, more than likely, to pin our opponent inside the 10. And not only that, but, you know, he's got a really important role here as a mentor to, you know, some of those other guys. I mean, everyone on this team looks up to him. I think he's one of the best punters I've ever been around, you know, at any level. And it's fun to watch him work, man. It's fun to watch his professionalism in practice. You hope that rubs off on everybody, and I think it does. You know, this team voted him as a team captain, and it was, if it wasn't unanimous, it was as close as I've ever seen unanimous.
With the hot start to the year and stuff, how have you noticed kind of recruits picking up or anything like that? Have you seen a spike in that at all?
I know that at the game the other night it was a good environment for him. But we're just trying to go about our business with recruiting, doing the things that we're permitted to do at this time of the year. But anytime, you know, if you're an offensive player, a high school player that plays offense, and you want to be a part of an explosive offense, and so far our offense has shown to be explosive. So I think that, you know, you garner a little bit more interest. People, you know, just like the nation, they sit up and they take a look at you. But what's important is you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. That's the thing. Is you just can't waste these opportunities. You know, on the field and recruiting, any of those things.
Some attention being paid right now to injury policies. Can you just explain from your perspective why you have your policy?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. And, you know, we at UCLA, I can't speak for any other university. I mean, we appreciate the job you guys do. We understand how hard it is, and we want to give you the information necessary to do your job. Okay, you guys, especially, you come out here every stinking day. Okay, rain or shine, hot or cold. You're at San Bernardino. We want to help you do your job, but at the same time, we have to protect what we're doing. And so, if we can provide our opponent with a competitive advantage because we're providing them injury information, that's just not a positive for our program. So we have to balance what's good for our fans and what's good for you guys and what's good for the public, and with what's good for our football team. Okay? All right, thanks.